So good morning children. I have completed sources of information of the Mughal Empire. All the 4 sources I have completed in my last video. After that, Mughal dynasty, whatever is given, is not in your syllabus. Babur is not in your syllabus. Akbar is not in your syllabus. Akbar's Rajput policy is not in your syllabus. Step towards integration is not in your syllabus. Social and educational reform is not in your syllabus. What is there in your syllabus is the administrative system of the Mughals, which I am going to complete today. The administrative system of the Mughals. Now see all of you in the book, page number 83, the administrative systems of the Mughal Empire we are going to study today. Now see all of you in the book and try to understand. The Mughal emperor established a centralized state based on military power. It was a underline this word, centralized state based on military power. Centralized means the central government is actually governing the whole empire. Is it clear? It was centralized. Then next, it rested on 2 pillars. It was having 2 pillars. First, the absolute authority of the emperor. The emperor was the absolute authority. The monarch was the supreme power. And second, the strength of the army. Okay, so two are the most powerful pillar of the Mughal Empire. First, the emperor himself, and second, the strength of the army. These were the 2 pillars of the Mughal administrative system. Further, however, the Mughal ruler made a conscious attempt to accommodate the different traditions prevalent in the country. Okay, now one thing is that Mughals were very desperate to have a control over all of India. One thing, they were having a very strong administrative system. That is another thing. Apart from that, they have also shown a very too much of attention towards different kind of the tradition which were prevalent in India, and they have given equal importance to that in their administrative system. Okay, so first paragraph actually tells this, that the Mughal administration, the Mughals have established centralized state-based military power, which was having 2 pillars. First pillar was the emperor himself, and the second pillar was the strength of the army. Apart from this, the Mughals have given too much importance to the different traditions which were prevalent in the country. So we'll now study about the first pillar, most powerful pillar of the Mughal, that is the monarch. What was the power given to the monarch? See all of it in the book. There are a number of references in the court chronicles of the Mughal which show the belief that the power of the Mughal king came directly from the god. Is it clear? Means the Mughal king was actually treated as a god, because his power is directly considered to be come from the god. Further, according to Abul Fazl, who has written Ain-e-Akbari, Abul Fazl, the office of a true ruler was a very responsible one which depended on divine illumination. Divine illumination means the king was treated as a divine power, means king was considered as a god, parallel to god. Further, thus the Mughal emperor endowed with the, underline this line, the Mughal emperor endowed with the divine light which was regarded as the vice regent of God on the earth. So he was considered, the emperor was considered as the agent, that he was someone who is the agent which is being sent by God to the earth. So such kind of the divine power was exercised by the monarch or the emperor of the Mughal Empire. He ruled the empire with potential, with parental love. So he was treating his empire, his people, like a father towards his subject without distinction of sect or creed. So no distinction of caste, creed. He was actually treating the people of the emperor as a father. So he was a paternal figure of the empire of the Mughal king. The emperor was the head of the executive. This is very important. The emperor was the underline. The emperor was the head of the executive, legislature, judiciary, and the army. So he was the head of all the organs, and he was the supreme commander of the armed forces. The whole paragraph is very important. and all other commanders were appointed and removed by him. He made laws and issued administrative ordinance. The royal ujak means small signet ring, was affixed to farmans granting appointment, titles, jagirs, whatever, any kind of the appointments, like grant, like appointments, title, jagir, all are being decision taken by the monarch. So monarch was the supreme power. He was having the divine power. He was the controller and the commander of everything in the Mughal Empire. So he was like a god. Then the ministers, who were the ministers in the Mughal administration? See the point, all of you, in the book. In the days of Babur and Humayun, there used to be a prime minister known as Vakil. Okay, so when Babur and Humayun was the emperor, at that time, a prime minister post was there, which was called Vakil. Okay, and the most important Vakil, a very famous Vakil, was Bairam Khan. Okay, now see, who was entrusted with large power in civil and military affairs. So Vakil was having lot of power in civil and military affairs. During the early years of Akbar's reign, Bairam Khan was the Vakil. Bairam Khan was the Vakil, and he was the last Vakil actually. However, after Bairam Khan's death, the office of Vakil was stripped of all its power and become more or less orally only. तो जब बैरम खान मर गए तो उसके बाद जो भी बना वकील, उनके पास वो पावर नहीं थी जो पावर बैरम खान एंजॉय करते थे. Further, the head of the revenue department was Wazir. The second minister, Wazir, who was the head of the revenue department, known as Diwan or Diwan-e-Ala. The Diwan was responsible for all income and expenditure. Then the head of the military department was called Mir Bakshi. Who was Mir Bakshi? The head of the military department. Then the Mir Bakshi was also the head of the intelligence and information of agency of the empire. Further, next, after the minister, so who were the minister? First was Vakil, second is Diwan or Diwan-e-Ala, third is Mir Bakshi. These were the ministers of the Mughal administration. Further, see the judiciary. The judicial department was headed by Qazi. Qazi was the head of the judiciary of the Mughal administration. The post was sometime combined with that of Chief Sardar, who was responsible for all charitable and religious matter. So Qazi was actually responsible for all charitable and religious matters. Next, provincial government. What kind of the provincial government the Mughal administration was having? Akbar paid great attention to the organization of the provincial government. The empire was divided into 12 provinces, which are called subas. They were having 12 subas, means 12 provinces, which was further subdivided into sarkar. After provinces, below provinces, there were sarkar, and each sarkar were having parganas or mandals, okay, mahals. Then each suba was headed by one governor. Every 12 subas were there, so 12 governors, was called the subedar or sipe salar or nazim. Okay, then he was usually a mansabdar of high rank. He was having a very high rank. Who? Subedar. Okay, who was the governor of the subas. His function included maintenance of law and order. So the functions of Subedar was to maintain the law and order, enforcement of imperial decrees. Decrees means the order given by the emperor. Who enforced that? The Subedar. Okay, then administration of criminal justice and the smooth collection of revenue. Further, the provincial diwan was in charge of revenue administration of the province. His responsibility were similar to those of the central diwan. Besides Subedar and the diwan, the other important officials were Fauzdar, Kotwal, Bakshi, Sadar Qazi and Muhtasab. All right, these were the other officers of the provinces. Okay, now the second last topic of the chapter is Mansabdari system. What is Mansabdari system? Now try to understand the Mansabdari system is nothing but a position or a rank. High ranked officers, okay, were called as Mansabdars. Now see, the Mansabdari system introduced by Akbar. So first thing you need to know that who introduced the Mansabdari system. Akbar introduced the Mansabdari system. Next, then Under this system, every officer was assigned a rank. Okay, so under Mansabdari system, every officer was given a rank, was assigned a rank. Then the term Mansabdar refers to an individual who holds a mansab, meaning a position or a rank. So Mansabdar एक word है. Mansabdar उस individual को बोलते हैं जो mansab का holder, who holds a mansab, okay, means who has a position or a rank, means who holds a mansab means who hold a rank. Further, the Mansabdar formed the ruling group in the Mughal Empire. Basically, who becomes the Mansabdar? Those who were the ruling group. Almost the whole nobility, the bureaucracy, as well as the military hierarchy had mansab. So who were having the mansab? Which officers? The nobles, the bureaucrats, and the military hierarchy were having the mansab. Now, the lowest mansab was 10 and the highest mansab was 5,000. And 5,000 was given to whom? To the nobles. Then, it was a grading system. Mansabdari system was a grading system used by Mughal to fix the rank, salary and military responsibility. एक grading system था. इस grading, Mansabdari system was a grading system on the basis of which रैंक दी जाती थी, सैलरी दी जाती थी और मिलिट्री पावर दी जाती थी. फर्दर, these ranks were divided into two, namely Jat and Sawar. There were two kinds of the rank. One is Jet and one is Sawar. Now understand what is Jet. Jet fixes the personal status of a person. If you see the Jet, then you will able to know that what is the personal status of a person and the salary. Then the higher the Jet, the more prestigious was the noble's position in the court and the larger his salary. Now what is Sawar? The Sawar rank indicated the number of cavalry or Sawar a Mansabdar was required to maintain. मतलब कि सवार का मतलब एक मनसबदार कितनी कालवे मतलब कितनी मिलिट्री फोर्सेस को अपने अंदर अपने कंट्रोल में रखता है, उसको कहते थे सवार. फॉर एवरी 10 cavalry man the Mansabdar had to maintain 12 horses. Okay, then The Mansabdar received their salary as revenue assignment called Jagir. So उनको अपनी salary मिलती थी revenue assignment पे जिसको जागीर बोलते थे. Most of the Mansabdar did not actually reside or administer their Jagir. They only had right to revenue of their assignment which was collected from them by the servants while the Mansabdar themselves served in some other part of the country. Is it clear to all of you? Then the last topic is land revenue system. A uniform system of measurement was established for calculating the land tax. So इसके लिए उन्होंने क्या किया? Who has established the land revenue system? Todar Mal. Todar Mal drew up scheme for effective tax collection. Okay, this system enriched state treasury. The state also gave loans to poor farmers. This assured in progress in agriculture, trade and industry. Is it clear to all of you? So this is all about the Mughal Empire. Under Mughal Empire, you people have to study only two heading: the sources of information of the Mughal Empire, which is 4, and the administrative system of the Mughal. In that we have studied about monarch, we have studied about ministers, judiciary, provincial government, we have studied Mansabdari system, and we have studied land revenue system. Is it clear to all of you? So for today only this much. Okay, in my next video, I will upload the question answers of this chapter, that is the Mughal Empire, and then chapter number 10 is not in your syllabus. Composite culture is completely removed, is not in your syllabus. I've completed chapter number 9 and now I'm going to start directly with your chapter number 11, that is called Renaissance. I'll start the chapter Renaissance in my next video and I'll give you the question answers of the Mughal Empire also in my next video. Is it clear? So for today only this much. Thank you, children.